Alright, yeah, if you have control of yourself, just hit Alt or Space, because you can use either to bring up the mouse, and click, you see where it's all those buttons are? 1x, rewind, pause, forward, and all that crap?
Yes.
There's a little button with two arrows spinning around each other on the far end. Click on that, and there should be a green circle in the middle, and that means you'll have synced up.
Yes, it is green.
Alright, so we should be good.
Sonic is not loaded in for me yet.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same situation. Okay, see, Sonic has just shown up. And of course, it always starts people out on Chaos side for some weird reason.
Yep.
I'm so woefully unprepared for something that only happened last week. It feels like it's been a lot longer than that.
Looks like Dabeer is probably going to build Quinn size first.
I could also see that going Jotun's Wrath, simply because the mace is one of her attack power / cooldown items, and again, Neith's cooldowns are ridiculously bad. Now, I've never bothered getting a cooldown item besides maybe Ninja Tabby, because Neith's cooldowns are so terrible that even building them up highly isn't really the most useful thing. Like, they offer a little bit of control and escape, but her most dangerous thing is going to be her basic attacks towards the end of the match.
Yeah, when I'm playing Neith, I usually I get a little bit of lifesteal, attack speed, and some penetration, honestly.
Oh, the taunting is already going down on their end. All inquiries about Scarlet Blade shall be held at the end of the fight. Now, of course, both of them know that you're not going to try to go and get anything. It's always... That's like the riskiest move, when people kind of try to take each other down before minion shields have even come up, especially this early in the game. This is where there's no such thing as god balance.
Yeah, some gods could probably do it better than others, but it also probably just depends on how good you are.
Dabeer oddly starting with his 2 to take down the minions. Oh, doing some good damage to SonicRose and jumping out of there really early. I mean, he's like not risking anything. Of course, another thing about Neith, horrible, horrible, horrible mana consumption. She basically eats up her skills within maybe a few. Early game is the worst. Another thing is that most people try to avoid. Okay, really well timed, but under the tower, really not any advantage. At this point, it's kind of a harassment game. I don't think we're going to see any plays happening right now.
Sonic's probably just going to be focusing on getting as many minions into her bag as possible, so her ult, when she gets this stronger.
Now, does that counter actually affect Zhong Kui while he doesn't have his ult?
Off the top of my head, I can't remember.
I believe it is considered as passive, so I think he'd have it, but I mean, that's the whole purpose of it, is to just collect things for his ult.
Which, if you don't get your ult off, it's frustrating.
Oh, Dabeer making the chase. Is he going to make the play here?
Ooh.
Very nice. I don't know if he needed his ult to finish SonicRose, but he used it.
He probably wouldn't have needed to, but he did. Probably just, he wanted to secure it.
One thing about Neith is her ult does come up fairly often. For somebody who has such crappy cooldowns, her ult is actually relatively low. And the thing about her ult is that it's either a finisher, or, unless you've got a good team with you, a decent initiator. But that's it. It doesn't do much for damage. Remind me to shut down Tweak Deck while I'm at it. Dabeer is now fully built.
Yeah, he's going for
Jotun's Wrath, as I expected. We'll see how it pays off for him.
And oddly enough, Sonic seems to be building 2 items at once. Probably Winged One and...
Well, definitely a Fatalis here. Does Fatalis build in anything else? I thought the Fatalis branch went strictly up to Hasten Fatalis. On Zhong Kui, I didn't know if that was actually a usable thing.
I'm pretty sure it also goes into Wing Wand and something else off the top of my head. I cannot remember.
Now, Wing Wand is what, a crowd control reducer?
It's attack speed and movement speed, and it also... I wish I could look at... Oh, there it is.
Oh, again, Dabeer slowly... Oh, SonicRose gonna get away! No! Again, that ult to finish him off.
Sonic is... going to have to watch that.
And Sean, it's not a big deal.
His stuns.
Sean's
Sonic
like...
is definitely using...
Hasten Fate... Oh, Wingblade, you were correct. Again, you play along her side more than I do. Lost Artifact. Where are we thinking of going to that?
I'd imagine Chronos Bender would probably be the safer bet, especially this early game.
Now, would Wingblade really be useful against Neith? Unless Dabeer picks something that specifically slows, I don't believe Neith's attacks are considered slows at all. I thought they were all stunned. Says the guy who plays Neith as a secondary main.
I swear I've been slowed down by Neith before. Of course, Neith is not one of my mains, so...
Again, that could easily be built with something like a Frostbound Amulet or something that would cause slows. At this point would be a wasted point for Dabeer. I don't believe he'd be building that anyway. Again with the nice stun.
If Sonic got Purification Beads, she could probably get out of that a lot.
Purification Beads are probably, if she wanted to go defensive, get that, what is it, Magi's Cloak that actually causes at least one crowd control effect to go completely useless. And Neith's only got one shot at that. She doesn't have any secondary stuns besides maybe her ult, and even then, that's not a really... You don't want to use that for damage, and the stun isn't long enough to make it worth it for something that fires that far. Apparently it does slow if the weaves also get hit.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Dabeer's also going Hasten Fatalis, more than likely. Could also be Winged Wand, I don't know. People seem to like Winged Blade. I'm so good at words. Dabeer oddly running into the jungle and then coming right back, I'm guessing for a little psych out. Enough to hurt them, do some hurting damage to SonicRose, but I don't have to really put too much pressure down. Although there is a 2-level difference going on right now.
Your middle tower
And
is under
Dabeer is
attack.
pushing Sonic's tower a bit.
No,
And really in 1v1,
I think Dabeer's most dangerous
really-
game at this point would be try to rush the tower while SonicRose has her ult up. I think she's counting on that. And we already got the ult going down. Now, was there a recent nerf that was undone to that ult?
The nerf was originally that she could not use any moves during her ult. That was reversed, but she is no longer CC immune when using the ult.
Oh, Dabeer managed to take down SonicRose again, and very oddly, I don't know why she wasn't fleeing from the fight. She had a minion wave coming, he had no minion wave. He could have either force Neith to run through the tower path, and I think she was just trying to see if she can edge out that extra damage, if it didn't pay off. Dabeer now going Devour's Gloves. Well, Cursed Gauntlet is what he has, but that will more than likely be building into Devour's Gloves.
And Sonic has Chronos Pendant, which will give her some cooldown. But at this point, for Sonic, I would just farm off the minions, because Dabeer is slowly whittling down her tower, and in 1v1 it really comes down to who does the most pushing.
Yeah, I've won 1v1 matches where I was very behind in kills because I just managed to build myself to burn down the towers and the Titan within record time. And that's kind of what people are forgetting. And Dabeer is once again playing the assassin game here. SonicRose doing a fairly nice stun, but Dabeer managing to escape.
Dabeer is definitely playing aggressively.
I say best favor at this point for SonicRose is probably stick near but not at the tower. Do her best to minion farm, get up there, don't let Dabeer get those hits off, keep moving. Again, he's missed with those stuns, and Neith doesn't get many shots with those. Of course, SonicRose is also going to want to make sure that she either has a tower or a minion wave to protect her if she's going to be making any sort of push at this point. Again, Neith not really good with clearing waves unless he uses the Spirit Arrow, and the thing is that he's using that mostly to do the initial damage and the stun, which may be a more useful use of that to make sure that he can take the god down. But if you're looking for minion clearing, the 2 is only basically going to get your health back, and it's a big burn on the mana.
Yeah. But he now has a tower at half health. Sonic's just gonna have to play this carefully.
Sonic is going in for heavy assault right now, despite the 2-level difference.
At this point, probably the best thing to do is just keep on poking each other. Unless you're, like, totally assured that you can push the other back.
Dabeer was not able to get SonicRose, and she's looking at making a retreat, which might end up... No, she's gonna keep defending. At this point would be a good time to make that retreat.
Risk it.
Now, I think Dabeer probably has enough gold at this point to go back and get Devourer's Gloves, which I'd say with this downtime, despite him wanting that tower down, and he'll probably get the tower down, I think going back and get those gloves would kind of ensure him the edge and make sure that he's always staying ahead, even if the level difference happens. He's got the only stacking item that's really gonna skyrocket her power.
And Sonic's probably going to be building Polynomicon, which will give her some nice power.
Especially for a lot of Zhong Kui's follow-ups. I believe she might be looking for a jungle buff at this point. Which at this point I would have probably put some tower pressure on, but Dabeer is back up, so perhaps this is the wiser move to be making. Dabeer has the exact same idea, heading to the opposite jungle camp. Or possibly trying to hunt her down. Nope, he's definitely playing while it's... Yeah, while it's there, he does pick up the power buff, so now they both have it. Oh, a Bloodforge... Oh, he went Bloodforge instead of Devourer's Gloves. I honestly would have gone Devourer's Gloves in this situation, but, you know, I'm not him.
I would have probably too, because that's just a really good stacking item, Devourer's Glove.
Especially with the kind of game of push and pull you play here.
Well, I also go see items more familiar to me. I don't know much about Bloodforge.
Bloodforge is an item which every basic attack you get a +5 physical power and +2 physical lifesteal for 4 seconds, and you can only stack it up to 5 stacks. Oh, and SonicRose gets taken down by Dabeer pretty quickly there. I think Dabeer will be making a Phoenix push and possibly taking it down with this move.
Your middle Phoenix
Yeah, Dabeer is just outpowering Sonic, and there's not much he can do. As for Sonic, the best... At this point, I want to be against getting some physical defense. Height of the Nema Lion would probably be a good defense against Neith.
Especially if most of her power is going to be coming from basic attacks. Again, Neith's not really an ability-based god. She has a stun, a very kind of a weak self-heal involving sapping health from other enemies. The backflip, which is I believe the backflip is a slow as well as a slight attack, but still, none of those abilities are really damage causers. You can cause damage, but it's really based on how well you do the Broken Weave mechanic, and speaking of, she's done it pretty well here. Oh no, see, again, that ult is not a very good damage doer. Oh, Dabeer does the backwards-forwards flip, as I like to call it. Oh! SonicRose just barely manages to get out of there. Dabeer very heavily trying to get in, but did not manage to catch her. And taking a bit of damage from the Phoenix, which it looks like he's already sapping back up. He also has Quinn-size build, which, against anyone with a lot of health, is going to burn him down fast.
And will not help Sonic in any way, since he's already just naturally burning her down fast. There's really not much Sonic can do unless she starts building something against Neith and just turtle up behind the Phoenix.
Yeah, at this point, she's going to kind of have to play a bit of just overly defensive. Make him wait it out. Make him have to make the dangerous play. Oh, she is chasing him down, and he's taking a good amount of damage. I think if he were to turn around right now... No! Whoa! Again, the backflip. That cooldown seems to... Oh, wow, that was fast. I thought that she had a little bit of an advantage there, but that backflip is... Again, maybe building cooldowns wasn't an entirely bad idea. It gave him that second backflip early on.
I honestly thought Sonic would take him down, but nope, backflip slowed her and then just bam.
And that was like a lot of health in a little time. She was at near half health. He was like maybe just 2 or 3 hits to go, and it was just boom, over.
And those minions are gonna have a little bit of... No?
I'm also shocked that she did not go Nuwa in this situation. I have a feeling that a lot of people who play this kind of don't want to go with their main because they're either worried that their main's going to be built against, or perhaps they just feel like, oh, I'd like to play something different. The way I see it in a tournament, go with what you think you're going to do the best with. There's no shame in that.
Yeah. Yes. Because once you're in a match, and if you play a god that you're not really good at, and you lose, or don't do that good, you'll be like, I should have picked this god.
Yeah, at this point, SonicRose is just getting torn apart by Dabeer. Even if it looked like she had some sort of advantage there, Dabeer turned it around in 3 shots.
Yeah, she's going Obsidian Shard, but I really would just build Height of the Nemo Lion or something of the sort.
Obsidian Shard, an odd item to be picking against Dabeer and Neith, especially. She's not necessarily difficult to burn down. The penetration isn't really what you're looking for. It's 70 magical power is nice, but I think a Bancroft's Talon would have done a lot better in this situation, especially with as fast as she's been burnt down. And getting the extra lifesteal as well.
Yeah, especially since Dabeer definitely has a level advantage and is not really building any defense against her whatsoever. Penetration was probably not a good move.
Yeah, and this huge level difference, at this point SonicRose should stop trying to make plays. Stay by the Phoenix. Make Dabeer come to you. The Phoenix is going to regenerate. You know, he doesn't do it that quickly, but make him try to get in there and start doing some damage, and that's when you can capitalize on that. Especially with as fast as Zhong Kui has the ability to burn minions down.
Your middle Phoenix is under attack.
It seems like that might be what she's trying to do, but it seems as soon as she has a minion wave, she kind of makes the rush in.
And there she's going...
Yeah, just being chunked down, just massive, massive amounts of HP from each auto attack. That's Neith's most dangerous freaking ability. And with a rage, if Dabeer picks up Deathbringer, it's over. I mean, it's pretty much over now, but Deathbringer's just gonna cap this thing.
Yeah, Sonic may have been able to do something if she got something to hurt Neith's main, like auto attack, such as a slow or the Height of the Nemo Lion or something. But she just keeps on rushing in there and just giving Dabeer all the opportunity he needs to just bring her down.
Still, 0 seconds, SonicRose is up now. I don't believe Dabeer will be pushing this. I think if he was... You know, is he actually going to push the Titan in this situation? Looks like he is. Looks like he's going to try to finish this.
It's not a bad move on Dabeer's part, seeing as Sonic's not doing much to him, and he's doing a lot more to the Titan.
Taken down fairly easily. This is it. I think Dabeer's just going to face tank this Titan at this point. One of my favorite things to do on the Titan is drop a Broken Weave right on top of him and do that double Spirit Arrow shot. But yep, there we go. That match is over.
Sonic just destroyed.